You are living a life you think is free, but look closely, you are trapped. Every choice you make, every move you take, is subtly dictated by invisible forces you cannot see. The cage has no bars, yet it holds you tighter than steel. You obey rules written not for your freedom, but for the convenience of others. You believe hard work, honesty, and kindness will bring reward, but observe the world. Who really thrives? The one who gives everything away freely, transparent, predictable, and endlessly accommodating, or the one who understands the hidden laws, who calculates, who moves silently while the world assumes they are ordinary. 5 centuries ago, Niccolò Machiavelli wrote a truth so raw, so brutal, that history tried to ban it. He did not describe how the world should be. He described how it is. Human nature is not shaped by morality. It is shaped by power, fear, desire, and self-interest. To ignore this is to hand control of your life to unseen forces. To understand it is to become the architect of your destiny. Most people drift through life as secondary characters in their own story. They react instead of act. They wait for permission instead of seizing control. They are controlled by invisible laws of psychology that dictate who receives respect, who gains love, and who is left behind. But now, you are going to see the strings. You are going to understand the architecture. You are going to learn to play the game on your terms. The first law, the economics of presence. Respect is not earned by generosity or constant availability. It is earned by scarcity. You have been trained to answer every text immediately, to be always present, to offer energy the moment it is requested. You think this makes you good, reliable, but it does not. It makes you cheap, like water, flowing freely, taken for granted. The leader, the master, the one with real influence, is scarce. Their presence is deliberate. Their attention is a currency. Machiavelli understood that a prince seen too often becomes ordinary. The accessible leader loses aura. Observe yourself and those around you. Who do you admire? Is it the one who replies instantly with reassurance and affirmation? Or is it the one who appears occasionally, whose presence feels like a spotlight? Unpredictable, earned, magnetic? Human brains are wired to chase what retreats. It is the cat and string theory. Pull the string back, and the cat pounces. Withdraw 20% of your presence. Watch how attention pivots, how influence blooms. This is not cruelty. It is strategic mastery of your own value. The first law is simple, yet devastating in its power. Do not dilute your presence. Do not scatter your energy. Do not be always available. Make your scarcity count. Make people lean in. Make them curious. Let them imagine. Because the fantasy of your absence is far more powerful than the reality of your presence sitting idly, waiting to be consumed. The silent architect of influence is never frantic. They are deliberate. They are invisible but commanding. And this is only the beginning. The second law, never be the hero, be the necessity. Most people chase love, approval, and the applause of others. They try to save the day, to fix, to heal, to rescue. And once the work is done, once the problem is solved, the hero is forgotten. Why? Because heroes are replaceable. Their value expires the moment their service ends. Machiavelli warned, a wise prince ensures that his subjects always need him in every condition. This is cold, but this is reality. Love and affection are fleeting. Dependence is eternal. In the corporate world, the employee who is liked but replaceable is the first to be let go during budget cuts. In relationships, the partner who is sweet but dispensable is easily replaced. True security, true influence, is being essential. Be the one whose absence creates discomfort, whose removal threatens stability. In your career, own a skill no one else has. Command the key client. Hold the password no one else possesses. In your relationships, be the person who understands the unspoken, who calms the specific anxiety, who knows the hidden ambition. Become indispensable. Your value is measured not by affection, but by necessity. Law 3. Guard your secrets. Information is power. Every word you share, every plan you reveal, every personal vulnerability you disclose is a weapon others can use against you. People will file it away, twist it, and use it to manipulate you. Silence is stronger than speech. The person who disappears for 6 months and returns with a new life, a new empire, a new presence, is far more terrifying than the one who shouts announcements, begs for approval, or over-explains their intentions. Stop broadcasting your plans. Stop asking for permission. Let your work speak in whispers that echo louder than words. You must cultivate patience and the icy stare. When rage rises, freeze. Do not act. Do not react. Let others sit in the discomfort of your silence. They expect conflict. Deny them the satisfaction. Let them struggle with their assumptions. Become untouchable. Master your nervous system, or the world will master it for you. Do not apologize unnecessarily. Every apology is a submission signal. Apologizing for your existence, for asking questions, for taking up space lowers your status. Stand firm. Let your presence carry authority without explanation. The fourth law, emotional asymmetry. In every relationship, the one who cares less holds power. This is the principle of least interest. Look at your interactions. Who invests more? Who worries more? Who tracks the mood of the bond? That person is giving away power. Stop overinvesting. Stop obsessing over approval. Do not elevate others on a pedestal that allows them to look down. Balance the emotional scales by withdrawing unnecessary attention. Let the other person wonder. Let them work for your regard. When you master these laws, the environment changes. People notice. They lean in. They respect the boundaries you silently enforce. The world begins to orbit your influence instead of dragging you along in its chaos. But beware, seeing these rules is not enough. Knowledge without execution is useless. The test is in the moment your phone buzzes and you resist replying immediately. The test is when you restrain from bragging, from reacting, from feeding the expectations of others. That is where the power lives. That is where the invisible strings are cut. That is where you transition from a participant to a master of the game. The fifth law, cut the rot, strike cleanly. Life is full of dead weight, relationships, habits, obligations that drain your energy and sabotage your ambition. Machiavelli teaches decisiveness. Do not negotiate with mediocrity. Do not leave doors cracked open out of guilt or hope. A cold draft entering your fortress slowly weakens you. Strike once. Strike hard. Cut contact with those who disrespect, drain, or manipulate you. Do it cleanly, so there is no ambiguity. People respect a clear execution. They despise hesitation and ambiguity. The one who ends a toxic relationship decisively demonstrates authority, self-respect, and control. The one who lingers and plays hot and cold traps themselves in a prison of expectation. You are not a jailer. You are the executioner, the only form of mercy that carries true dignity in the game of power. Law 6. Court attention at all costs. The world does not reward the best man or the kindest soul. The world rewards visibility, perception, and spectacle. Machiavelli understood that power is a performance art. Competence alone is insufficient. Authority without appearance is invisible. You must curate your life like a stage production. Every step, every gesture, every tone of voice, every detail of your appearance sends an unconscious message. The quiet worker, no matter how skilled, disappears into the background. The one who knows how to manage attention commands influence. This is not about wearing neon or creating superficiality. It is about contrast, presence, and deliberate difference. If everyone is rushing, you move deliberately. If everyone is panicked, you remain calm. If everyone shares constantly, you share strategically. Craft an aura of mystery. Your life must project value, strength, and authority, not because you boast, but because you control the optics. Learn subtlety in motion. Slow your gestures. Speak precisely. Never apologize for taking up space. Command visual gravity. Silence, posture, and attention management are instruments of influence. The world interprets your presence more than your intentions. Those who master this law manipulate perception without deception. Outer self becomes a weapon that amplifies inner power. Do not let the enemy define your image. They will do it cruelly. Control your optics. Control your narrative. Law 7. Master the art of timing. Timing is the invisible force that binds all other laws together. The amateur reacts, rushes, panics, and fails to control the rhythm of events. The master observes, waits, and executes when advantage is maximized. Machiavelli spoke of fortuna, luck, chance, the unpredictable river of life. You cannot control the river, but you can control when your boat touches the water. Every missed opportunity, every impulsive move, every early reaction is a loss of leverage. Patience is not weakness, it is power. The true master resists the urge to immediately respond to insults, offers, or provocations. They let silence stretch until the moment is theirs to define. By controlling timing, you signal independence, command attention, and make every action heavier, more decisive, and more unforgettable. Combined, these laws create sovereignty over your environment and over yourself. Knowledge is useless without disciplined execution. The real battle is internal. The invisible strings of habit, expectation, and reaction must be cut. Every text not answered, every slight ignored, every temptation resisted is a reinforcement of your fortress. You will feel alone. You will see the patterns, the strings, the weaknesses of everyone else. That loneliness is not a punishment. It is the price of mastery. It is where true authority is born. The public sees only your curated reality. The internal machinery is unseen. Patience, observation, restraint, calculation. This is the path to untouchable influence. You are no longer a participant reacting to the world. You are the architect, shaping the board, setting the tempo, and letting others move predictably while you operate freely. Information without action is vanity. Action without strategy is chaos. Power emerges when observation, timing, and execution meet with ruthless precision. The moment of decision, the instant of silence, the pause before action, that is where your authority is forged. The world may scream, demand, and distract. You sit, still, watching, knowing that in every interaction, every opportunity, every human dynamic, you hold the leverage. Your presence is scarce. Your actions are sharp. Your patience is a weapon. Your visibility is controlled. Your relationships are structured for necessity, not affection. Your emotional energy is asymmetric. You invest where it matters and withdraw where it doesn't. By mastering laws 5, 6, and 7, you ensure that your life operates on your terms. You are no longer a reactive player. You are the silent, calculating force that shapes events, structures outcomes, and commands respect. This is the territory of the unseen ruler. The lessons are brutal, the discipline exacting, but the payoff is sovereignty. The fortress you build in silence will withstand storms, ambition, and betrayal. Step 4 is the culmination. The first 3 steps taught you presence, necessity, and the subtle mechanics of relationships. Now comes the hardest part, mastering yourself. Knowledge of Machiavellian laws is useless without disciplined application. The true battlefield is not your enemies, not your colleagues, not the chaotic world outside. The battlefield is inside your mind. You are now the architect of your own psychology, the ruler of your internal kingdom. First, embrace strategic silence. Every urge to explain, justify, or defend is a weakness exploited by the world. Your words carry weight only when scarcity governs their use. Speak less. Listen more. Observe patterns. Your silence becomes gravity. People lean in. They speculate. They miscalculate, and you move unchallenged. Remember, the quiet observer sees all, reacts deliberately, and controls outcomes without visible effort. Next, master emotional asymmetry. Most people overinvest in relationships, giving attention, validation, and emotion freely. Machiavelli knew the principle of least interest. The one who cares less wields control. Your emotional energy is currency. Spend it deliberately. Withdraw from those who drain or manipulate. Invest where it generates dependence, stability, and leverage. You are not cruel. You are calculated. Emotional scarcity is your invisible shield. Third, curate your external persona. Outer appearance, tone, posture, and behavior are not superficial. They are instruments of influence. The world judges competence by perception, authority by visibility. Your inner self fuels your power, but your outer self delivers it. Every step, every gesture, every interaction must communicate competence, control, and scarcity. Avoid the banal. Posture yourself as a person whose presence is a privilege, not a given. Every glance, pause, and measured movement communicates dominance. Fourth, master timing. Impulsivity is the enemy of power. Machiavelli spoke of fortuna, fortune, chance, the unpredictable flow of life. You cannot control the river, but you can control when your boat enters. Every delayed response, every calculated pause, Every moment of restraint increases leverage. Timing transforms routine actions into strategic strikes. Patience is the silent weapon that forces others into predictable reactions while you dictate outcomes. Fifth, execute decisively. Knowledge without action is meaningless. Every insight must translate into precise, deliberate behavior. Cut toxic relationships. Ration your presence. Control attention. Withdraw where necessary. Speak only when value is created. Act only when advantage is guaranteed. Hesitation is death. Clarity and decisiveness are power. Sixth, internalize sovereignty. You will feel alone. You will see the strings that control others and realize how blindly they dance. That loneliness is not punishment. It is the price of mastery. True freedom comes from independence, self-reliance, and the unshakable authority of knowing your own value. Others may misunderstand, gossip, or resist, but the silent architect remains untouched. Finally, understand application is mastery. The test is in the small moments. The text you do not answer, the insult you do not react to, the temptation you resist. In these split seconds, authority is forged. Most will ignore this advice. They will return to the comfort of the cage. You, however, will step beyond it. You will act where others hesitate, remain calm where others panic, and observe where others react. By combining the principles of scarcity, necessity, emotional asymmetry, controlled visibility, timing, and decisive execution, you achieve the ultimate objective: sovereignty over your life and influence over your world. You are no longer a reactive player. You are the unseen hand that shapes events, the quiet force that commands attention, and the strategic mind that operates beyond the understanding of the masses. Every step you take now is deliberate. Every interaction is calibrated. Every moment of restraint is power. You have learned that control, influence, and authority are not given. They are claimed, crafted, and protected with precision. The fortress you build in silence, patience, and discipline is impenetrable. The world may resist. Others may misinterpret your intentions, but your mastery is undeniable. This is the Machiavellian path: calculated, disciplined, ruthless in precision, but silent in execution. Your independence is your greatest asset. Your scarcity is your leverage. Your timing is your weapon. And your silence is your most feared tool. Stand as the architect of your life. Control your mind, control your presence, and allow the world to dance to the rhythm you dictate. The final truth: knowledge without execution is vanity. Power without self-mastery is fleeting. Authority without discipline is illusion. Apply these laws in every decision, every relationship, every interaction, and you will transcend ordinary existence. You will become untouchable, indispensable, and sovereign in a world that does not value the weak, the reactive, or the predictable. The path is difficult. The solitude is intense. But the rewards, absolute mastery, unshakable influence, and freedom, are eternal. If this has opened your mind, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Share your thoughts on the laws of Machiavelli, and continue walking the path of strategic mastery and Stoic discipline. The journey does not end here. The fortress is yours to build, the throne yours to claim, and the game yours to win.